Hey, City Moms. Happy Monday evening. I'm Janine, our Chief Mom Officer. So excited to have you joining us tonight. So it is Monday, the 11th of December. I know Hanukkah just kicked off last week. We are 2 weeks out from Christmas. So I don't know how your home is feeling. Mine is starting to get a little hectic. We've got gifts coming in daily right now that I'm hiding in my top secret gift space. Um, do you have a secret gift place? Where are you hiding your gifts from your family? Let me know. I will drop mine in the comments because I have little ears, I think, that can probably hear. So can't have them finding out. But for us, as we're starting to get into like closer and closer to the holidays, I know I'm starting to get a little nervous about things like finalizing that gift list, getting our stocking stuffers, and starting to wrap. So we have been teasing this out for a couple of weeks. We have Amber, who is known as the Westfield Wrapper. She is an expert gift wrapper. She's here with us tonight. You guys get to bend her ear a little bit with some questions. So she is going to showcase a few quick wrapping ideas. And then whatever questions you have, you can drop them in the comments and I will make sure they get over to her. So welcome tonight. We're so excited that you guys are here. Before I grab Amber, just wanted to let you know we are doing tons of gift ideas all across the City Moms blog. We were on Indie Now today, even sharing some of those last minute gifts for kids. We've got them in our Instagram stories. We've got them all over Instagram. So if you are still searching for some ideas for whoever it is in your life, let us know here as well, or take a peek at the blog because I think we'll probably have some good things for you to get into. And one more thing, I didn't tell Amber this, but as lifestyle experts, what we do a lot of our TV segments on, I actually did a segment last week that had a little bit of gift wrapping on it, and I learned how to gift wrap a candle. So I don't know if Amber has this in mind, but I know from our last session with her, she has tons of different tips and tricks. Cannot wait to grab her. Let me get her in this room because you guys are going to love her. And she even has a really, really exciting, fun announcement of something that she has been in the middle of. So let me grab Amber. Can't wait for you guys to meet her. Here we go. Hello.
Moms, how are you?
How are you doing? You look so wonderfully sparkly.
Well, you gotta be festive. Bring all the glitz.
I love it so much. While we get started here, I'm going to go ahead and drop your Instagram, not ours, your Instagram into the comments because I know that everyone's going to want to start following you after they start seeing so many of these tips and tricks. So let me do that right now.
Out there that likes to gift wrap, I love to have people follow me that just want inspiration. So just like follow along. I post everything that I wrap and it's all really different. So if you ever just stuck and you need an idea, feel free to check it out.
Oh my gosh, I'm super excited to hear from you. And I know that we've had you with us before, but you have like a really big announcement, something big that's been happening I don't even want to spoil it. Just tell us all the good news.
Well, so I started this in 2020 when I lost my job due to the pandemic, and I was at home with my 1-year-old daughter trying to figure out what I could do to help people, to connect with people when we were all feeling so isolated. And I thought about my random gift wrapping skill that I learned in 4-H many, many years ago. So I started offering gift wrapping services that first holiday season of the pandemic, and it turned into a year-round thing. And I've been building up my portfolio of clients, putting my pictures out there all over Instagram. And earlier this fall, I got a message through Instagram inviting me to apply for a show that they were debuting on QVC Plus that is this ultimate gift wrapping challenge. So I was like, sure, whatever, I'll apply. What are the chances? I got an interview with a producer and I said, sure, I'll interview. Again, I'm just going through the motions at this point. I'm just a girl from Indiana. There's no way they'll want me. But I was selected as one of 8 gift wrappers across the whole country to compete on this show. And it is out on QVC Plus right now to watch. There's 6 episodes. 4 of them are out right now. And there's 2 challenges per episode. So it's set up like a baking competition or something like that. It's just really fun and feel good for the holidays. I hope that you all watch it and wrap along with it. it's just really, it was an incredible once in a lifetime experience. And I can say,
Amazing.
we even all wonder, like, we all were really good friends by the end of it. I think they were wanting us to like fight and like not get along, but we're all really good friends and we still text every day. Like we have a group text, we text every day.
Do you really? That's incredible. How fun, and are they, from all over the country? Like, how did
Yep, all
other I mean, amazing.
mhm.
That
It's
is amazing.
still say, I can't believe I'm the girl from Indiana that got chosen. So anyway, I hope you all enjoy it.
Incredible. We just dropped the link to it here in the comments so that others can hop on. And before we started, you even mentioned like they just dropped 2 more episodes last night at midnight. So there's definitely enough to binge and start getting some real inspo from.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the 4th episode yet because I stayed up to watch the 1st one and I got real sleepy. So I'll
Yeah.
watch the 4th episode tonight.
Amazing. Oh my goodness. Well, that is super exciting. I think all of us probably have had a little of that like desire maybe to be on some kind of competitive show. I have no idea what mine would be. Definitely not like a, I don't know, thrilling like CrossFit race across America type of thing.
Ninja warrior, whatever it's
No, no. Maybe like a celebrity gossip, I don't even know, like challenge of some kind. I could do that.
like a gossip trivia sort
Yeah.
of.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, give me that. No, like, major feats of strength, but
Me
yeah.
neither. Me neither.
Well, this sounds so perfectly suited for you. Well, I know that you've got some, kind of, like, fun tips and tricks to share with us tonight and just to kind of, like, walk us through. But first, you gave us some really great ideas in terms of a shopping list too.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to walk through that first?
Yeah, that sounds good. I have a couple of the things here actually, because I was like, "Well, I need to scoop these up. If you're, like, all in, then I need to be all in."
Sure. Well, I will say one of the most important things is having well sharpened scissors. There's nothing more frustrating than going to cut your paper and then it just like catches and it's all jagged. So make sure that you have really sharp scissors. And then one, my other like must have is double sided tape. I use regular scotch tape to like maybe in one place attach the paper to the box when I'm starting to wrap. But otherwise, if you want a professional looking gift, you use double-sided tape underneath all the paper that is on the outside so that it doesn't show. So I have 2 different kinds of double-sided tape. I always use this. I don't know if you can see
Yeah.
it. The like Scotch brand. That's what I always grew up using. But lately I've been using like the scrapbooking double-sided tape that has the backing
Ooh.
on it. So you can like you just rip a piece off of the tape and you stick it down where you want it to go. And then once you have it in place, then you can peel the backing off and
Perfect.
paper down. So I find that easier to use just because you're not like struggling with this tape, this other kind, and like getting it stuck where you
Wow.
want it to go. So, but I mean, it's a matter of preference. So there's that tape situation. I would also say good quality paper, not too thin and not too thick, especially depending on the size of your gift. It's really
Mhm.
hard to wrap a small gift with very thick paper. It's really hard to wrap a big gift with really thin paper that will rip easily.
Yeah.
So there's like a happy medium. And I'm not sponsored by Hobby Lobby by any means, but I feel like their paper is really good quality, and a lot of it comes with grid lines on the back, which makes it really
Yeah.
easy to cut and measure. So a lot of times, like on the labels, you'll be able to see if it has a grid line on it. I would always gravitate towards that, especially if you're a novice gift wrapper.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I actually have some, right here just in case there's anyone who doesn't understand what grid line means. I'm sure everyone does, but, you know,
Yeah,
it's that wrapping paper that has really just that ruled kind of
mhm,
layout on the back to really help you kind of figure out where things need to go.
exactly. That said, I also am a sucker for reversible paper, so that would not have grid lines on it, but it's versatile. It can be used 2 different ways.
Yeah.
What else did I even mention? I feel like also there's so many different ribbon options out there for when
Yeah.
you're looking to embellish your gift, but I love, love, love wired ribbon. And I'll show you why. I just tied a simple bow onto this box, but
Mhm.
because it's wired, then you can make it like really,
Ooh,
and you can manipulate it however you want it to go, which is why I like wired ribbon. So
perfect.
it was just a simple bow, but it stands out a lot more because it has wire on it and it's not like droopy. Those are my must-haves.
Love it. I know that we've also seen a lot lately all over TikTok, it's the what do I say, the wrapping paper kind of like grippers that,
Mhm.
like grip and then it has tape on top of it. Am I speaking
Yeah,
accurately? Now I'm trying second guessing myself.
called. I don't have any fancy tricks like that, honestly.
Okay.
I don't use that, but I'm sure it would be helpful.
Sure,
I
sure.
see I see you have the elf cutter maybe in your hand as
I
well.
do. This thing is amazing.
I've never used that either, but I have friends that have them and live and die by them, so.
Yeah. Well, it's really helpful for me, just getting a super clean line,
Mhm. Mhm.
rather than, with scissors when you're kind of like
Yep, yep.
all the time. So this has been really helpful. But yeah, this for anyone who's seeing this, the wrapping paper goes through. You can pull a sheet through kind of that opening, and then there's that blade on the inside that just makes it really easy to cut. But yeah, these are really nice.
I can find those anywhere, like any
Oh,
store right now, especially.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then the other thing I just found, I actually was going to ask you if you'd seen these at all. I mean, so it's by Scotch, but it clamps onto your
I
table.
have seen those. Again, I don't have the fancy tools you think I would, but
Yeah,
I'm kind of just, like, old-fashioned, and
I
I use
love it though.
always
But I mean, that goes to show, like, really all you need is scissors and tape, and that's it.
true. But there
Yeah,
are
but
out there
this
that
has been really,
help.
really nice because, not only can you clamp it onto the table, so I don't know about you, I feel like my tape always goes missing,
Yes, it does.
but then it also you only need one hand to pull tape off of it, so if you're holding on to something to
Yeah.
keep it still, it works really nice.
Well, I'm glad you shared all those helpful tools.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know
Yeah.
we wanted to talk too about, like, wrapping trends that I see that are really popular.
Yes.
Honestly, the first thing that came to my mind is I feel like there's a big push for, using sustainable and recyclable, products and just making sure that we're being conscious about how much paper we're using because a lot of it is not recyclable. A lot of it just, like, gets thrown away after one use, and I don't even remember now, it was, like, a year ago, I saw a really alarming statistic about, like, how many times around the earth our wrapping paper waste would go, and it was like, I don't know, like 10 times around the earth, just like in one Christmas. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but
Yeah.
it made me think about how much paper I use. So I try to look for recyclable paper whenever I can.
Okay.
But I want to show you kind of some embellishment that can be reusable. So this is a very popular wrap that I do right now. I have just used recyclable craft paper.
Mhm.
I made dried orange slices, which is a really easy thing for anybody to do at home. And then, right, you can just grab like greenery out of your yard to decorate. So it's just a good natural
Mhm.
element to add in. And then you can use that as decoration in your house, but it's at least something that isn't just going to go in the trash. Like you can use it again, or it's just more thoughtful towards the environment. Um, yeah, I just wanted to share that. I thought that I've heard a lot of feedback about like, oh, I want, I want wrapping that can be recyclable. And
Mhm.
last year I even did a workshop with Fisher's Flower Farm. I don't know if anybody
Oh, yeah, love them.
love them too. And they are big on sustainability. So everything that I taught, we use like all of those natural elements and recyclable elements. And I even showed like how once you use the paper once, especially with brown craft paper, you can like crumple it up and make it look all like wrinkly on purpose and wrap with it again.
Oh. Oh, fun.
Yeah. So I just wanted to share that idea. And I'm not any means like an advocate for this. Like I do use a lot of materials that
Sure.
and but it's just something that makes me think every once in a while too. So I thought
Mhm.
throw that out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have certain kinds of natural elements that you like to use? You said you kinda grab some out of the yard?
Yeah, I mean, just I've used like little twigs before. I
Mhm.
love like cutting off of like shrubs, especially in the wintertime. I think that's
Yeah.
a really beautiful look no matter like what paper you're using. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I tend to do it more in the winter, honestly.
Sure. Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fun.
yeah.
I love that. What about, like, having I only asked this because I was running through Michael's the other day, it's actually where I grabbed this,
Yeah.
and, I noticed they have, like, their wreath making kind of station, and they had a bunch of, like, little things in there, and I was like, "Oh, those might be kind of fun to grab for wrapping? Is there anything that usually you're like, oh, I didn't think about this, but this would make a great embellishment?
Yeah, I use things like that all the time. I mean, honestly, this greenery right here is not, it's not from my yard. It is a reusable, like, artificial one.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I love that I can reuse it a lot.
Yeah.
I do a lot of like floral picks. Like, let me grab one out of my little arrangement here. Like, I use these a lot.
Oh, fun.
Depending on the size of your box or gift, you can use the whole thing, or you can just use wire cutters and just use a couple of them
Yeah,
and tuck them into a bow or something. I do a lot of that embellishment.
it's a great idea.
I've also really gotten into making things out of paper, like doing paper crafting. I make a lot of handmade paper flowers as embellishment, which you can see on my Instagram page. I don't have like an example here today.
Yeah.
But I love doing that because I love making the gifts that I wrap really personal.
Mhm.
And then the people, if they want, like, they can take that off and save it. I don't know what they save it for, but
Yeah.
it's a handmade embellishment, and I think that makes it really special.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. That's super exciting. Well, and I feel like that just it's an easy way to kind of just zhuzh something up without really putting in a ton of different like work. Like you're not hot gluing tons and things to it.
No, I tend to try to keep it simple with the paper. I use a lot of solid colored paper, and then I add just like a big ribbon with like a couple of little embellishments on it,
Mhm.
just to make it like one. I mean, if you have too much, your eyes don't know where to look. So
Yeah.
I usually choose solid paper and then just embellish it in one like big, big area on the gift.
Katie or City Mom Katie just DM'd me and asked, "Is there a place that you like to get paper from more than others, like to get wrapping paper from?"
I know I mentioned Hobby Lobby already. I especially love their Christmas paper because I think they have a lot of really cute patterns and colors. But I go for bang for the buck too, and they like it's always on sale, and it comes with a lot of paper on a roll. I also like some of Target's things this year. Like they've offered a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I have a paper weakness, so wherever I go, if there's paper, I'm probably buying it. Um,
Nice.
but those are the 2 that I notice, like, are really good quality if you're just shopping locally. Of course, there's so many options online, and I it's hard because I tend to use the paper that's on a roll so that it's, like, continuous,
Mhm.
and you can, like, pick the size that you need. A lot of things that you'll find, especially online, are your, like, sheets of paper that then come to you folded and creased, which kind of drives
Oh.
me.
Yeah.
I I've tried to, like, iron out the creases before, but I just don't love that as much. But if you can figure out a way to do it and cover it up with a ribbon or something, there's lots of options online, like on Etsy and Amazon and things like that.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. So fun.
That's helpful, but that's
Yeah,
where I'm
definitely. Okay.
coming from.
Perfect. So, Katie, hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, does anybody else have any questions?
Let's see. I just have one that said this is amazing so far. So not any other questions just yet, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I know the last time I was on here, I showed just like a basic way to wrap, but I wanted to do something a little bit different this time. And I don't know if
Oh,
you'll be able to see my workspace, so I'll probably be bopping around.
yeah.
But I want to show you how to do like a pocket wrap. So especially if you have a card that you want to give or like have an embellishment to stick into your gift somehow, I like to create a pocket for those things. So I've already cut my paper and I'll show you how I measured it in a second. I've made sure to have enough paper on either end here so that it just touches the edge of the box like that. So that's both ends up here and down here. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then going the other way, I measured enough to go like basically all the way to that side of the box.
Oh, perfect. Yep.
Basically all the way to the other side of the box. And then after you have that cut, I did pre-crease my pocket fold. I'm gonna make an angled pocket today, but you can also do like a straight one.
Fun. Okay.
I'm gonna show you. And I messed up and I purposely left that crease in here because I want to show you that I make mistakes too. So this was my original, if you can kind of see the line.
Amazing. Yep.
And then when I went to go pull the paper underneath, it did not cover the box all the way. And I'll show you what I mean. I did my fold and there was that white.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like,
Yep.
oh, nope, didn't do that right. But I wanted you to know that I'm not perfect. I struggle with things too. So anyway, I redid my crease and I have placed it where I want it to go on the box, like so.
Got it.
I'm going to release it and I'm going to pull that other end over and then pull the folded part back over. And I like how that looks. So I'm going to just use one little piece of regular tape here to tape down the under paper. And then you'll see that it creates this pocket here.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the tricky part about a pocket wrap, which is actually one of the challenges you will see on the show that I was on, is that you cannot tape this part down because you want it to be open for a pocket. Right. So you have to like have both of your hands ready and like kind of get your body into it to keep it in place. But once you feel like it's secure like this, wherever you want it to go, that's when you then fold the ends in. And I'll turn this around so you can see it in just a second. This is nowhere near the perfect that I would normally do, but you're gonna fold in your ends like this.
Okay.
Crease the bottoms, crease the tops. And then normally on like a regular wrap, you would have the flap that is going towards the bottom on top. And you would have that go down to the edge, and then you fold under the raw edge and tape it down so that it meets the bottom of the box and it's kind of like a seamless fold and edge. Yeah. But for this pocket wrap, I'm going to do the opposite. So it's the top flap that goes in first. And I would, if I were you, I'd cut off that like extra bulk there. Mm-hmm. And then I fold that one up, and give me just a second. This edge is only going to go about halfway up the box.
Okay.
So then I would tape that down with my double-sided tape. Repeat on the other end, and then you have this nice pocket to go on your box.
It.
So you can imagine like putting a card in there, or let's get these fairy picks back out. You can, and of course this isn't finished, but you can kind of visualize what it might look like. Ta-da!
That's so great.
So, I mean, there's so many tutorials out there on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok on how to do different pocket wraps, but I wanted to show you that I feel like it's a pretty accessible wrap to do if you're at least starting with like a shirt box or a square box of some sort.
Yeah, I have to tell you, Amber, I spotted on your Instagram, and I'll drop the link to it so everyone else can see it, but it's kind of like that, I don't even know what you call it, like accordion fold.
Oh yeah, the kimono wrap.
Is that what it's called? So I had to try it because I was like so in love with that idea. And
how did you go?
I was like, oh my gosh, because when I saw it on your Insta, I was like, that is so cute. But
yeah, you did it.
Yeah, how you're able to kind of create a bunch of different little pockets.
Yes, for sure.
That one was so fun though. So yeah, I'll drop that because you've got a post in there because I think you said it was a gift that you had last year.
Yes.
But just looking at that, I was like, wait a minute, that is so cool.
Yeah, I think it's really fun to learn new techniques like that. I'm still learning myself because Pinterest and TikTok and Instagram did not exist when I was learning how to gift wrap as a like junior high age kid. So
yeah,
still learning all these fun folds. And the kimono wrap, that one that I posted last year was like the first time I ever really tried it. So that's still like a fairly new skill to me.
I was going to ask, do you have like other skills that you've learned this year that you were like, I've been wrapping for a while and didn't even realize this was a thing?
Yeah, I mean, I got into pleating this year. Which there's a lot of pictures on my Instagram about that. But let me see if I can let me undo what I did here and just use the same piece of paper to show you how you can do like a basic pleat. So see if you can see my workspace here.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to fold in one edge like so. And then you're just gonna like keep folding. Again, I would take more time to do this, but I don't want to bore you all with my precision. So you fold it a few times, and then you like unfurl it, turn it over, and you have all these creases that you can follow.
Yeah.
And then I like to do like an angled pleat a lot, but you can just do. And you can start to see. This is really a really terrible job as I'm rushing through this, but you
Interesting.
see how it would create pleats.
Yeah, that's really cool.
That pleated, then I would turn it back over and use your regular tape and like tape it down so that in a few places so that it doesn't wiggle around for you. And then once you have that pleated and secured, you can like place it on the top of your box and then wrap it like you normally would. It just has this like extra embellishment on it already.
Oh, cool.
That was really a mess, but yeah, I've really been getting into pleating. I think it adds a nice element that is pretty unexpected sometimes.
Yeah. Leah was just asking, are you like always kind of looking for new techniques, or are you more one of those that like learns and finds like I'm trying to see how exactly she worded this. She basically was like, how do you learn new techniques? Do you watch plenty of tutorials, or are you just kind of figuring them out as you go?
Oh, I definitely don't figure them out as I go. I definitely watch tutorials.
Yeah.
I wish I could figure things out as I go, but I love to learn and I'm a visual person. So like I have to see things to be able to learn them and figure
Yeah.
them out. So that's why like tutorials are so helpful for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a certain like spot that you're looking at tutorials often, or that you recommend?
Oh, I think it's called Gift Wrapping Love on Instagram. She also has a YouTube channel. She does a lot of tutorials. But I also wanted to mention, actually, one of the contestants on the show is now one of my really good friends. Her name is Tracy. And I want you all to, this kind of leads into what else we were going to talk about. I want you all to follow her on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. She's Bee and Blooms.
Mhm.
Her whole skill set, like she doesn't embellish, she wraps anything without a box. So if you have, as you're wrapping your gifts this Christmas and you've got this like random stuffed animal that doesn't fit in a box, go check out Bee and Blooms because I'm sure she's got a good idea for you. And she just shows her videos of how she wraps all these crazy things
Amazing.
without boxes. She's super talented.
That's so exciting. I know that it's so much easier to wrap something in a box, but there is just so much kind of like fun and allure to having something that isn't, and trying to figure out the right way to present that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So definitely follow her if you're needing a creative wrapping idea.
So fun. I will definitely find her info and drop that link in here too.
Thank
So
you.
you shared that before.
I wanted her to join us tonight, but she was unavailable. Otherwise, she probably could have shown you a really cool trick.
Yeah.
But one of my other favorite tips for if you have like a really large sized gift, like I mean like a bicycle or like a camping chair or something really big, one of my favorite things to do is create a scavenger hunt. So instead of wrapping the actual item, like go hide it somewhere in your house and then wrap up a few clues to go find the item. Because that way you're not wasting wrapping paper or supplies to cover a really big item.
Yeah.
So that's like more sustainable, right? And then you're also creating this fun interactive activity that will be a good memory for the gift recipient.
That's a great idea. I love that. Have you done that with your family?
I did it for my sister years ago, but since then I've done it for my husband and for my daughter. So it's a really fun thing and they all remember it.
Oh
It's
my
easier
gosh.
for you too because you don't have to try to wrap something that's really challenging.
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. Well, I do really appreciate you bringing in the sustainable discussion, because I think that's really important to hear. We have a lot of city moms that is such a critical piece to not only their gifting, but then also obviously their wrapping and kind of that disposal after the holidays. So I'm really glad to hear you say that.
Yeah, totally. Does anybody
Yeah.
else have any other questions?
Yeah. I don't, let's see. Um, Anne just said she loves the pleating and she's going to give that a shot at home. So that's
Okay,
exciting.
do send me your picture because in conjunction with the show, this whole past week, I threw out a pleating challenge to people just because it was something that I had to do on the show, and I thought it would be fun to engage viewers to do the same thing. So you try the pleats, tag me in it, send it
Yeah.
to me. I want to see you all do awesome things.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just dropped Amber's Insta here again, so you know where exactly where to find her. Hopefully, you're following her now, and if not, you're going to give her a follow after this. Amber, do you have any other like big things coming this season? Or are you starting to kind of wrap up? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just used that, but I'm so sorry.
That did you? Oh, I'm just like up to here and wrapping people's gifts, which is a total joy. I can't believe that I can call this my job. I love being able to help people, especially during a really busy and stressful time of the year when so many people don't have time to wrap or don't like it or are scared of it or intimidated by it. So I'm happy to help people. I have a couple more events coming up, but mainly just focusing on my wrapping services.
That's wonderful for our members who are based here in Indy, in the Indy area. If they were interested in gift wrapping with you, do you still have openings this season? Or are you like, guess what? A little crazy.
I might have a couple more openings if you get to me really soon, but I'm getting pretty packed with my schedule. But I offer this year round. So I do a lot of like special occasion gifts throughout the year, whether it's like a big birthday or anniversary or a wedding gift, a lot of shower gifts, especially because people are opening those gifts like with a group of people around them. So the presentation is really
Oh
important
yeah.
these days. So if you ever have a need for that, you just want like one really fantastically wrapped gift, feel free to message me on Instagram or email me at westfield.wrapper@gmail.com. I'd be happy to help you.
Fabulous. Well, we're so grateful that you were able to pop in with us today. So I just want to remind everyone, okay, so that's Amber's Insta, but what the really exciting announcement that Amber made at the top of, joining us is that she is participating in this amazing QVC series that's on right now. So definitely need to make sure that you're popping over here to see this. And you just said 2 more episodes just dropped yesterday. So
Yeah, the final two release next week. So you're very close to seeing all of them. Just enjoy watching it. I hope you all like it. We're rooting for another season of it. So
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's such a fun concept. I think there's definitely going to be another season. Definitely for sure. Oh, and let's see. We just got someone else that just said, I just followed you. That was Lativa. Thanks, Lativa. I'm so glad that you're able to connect with Amber. But well, Amber, thank you so much. And we will be sending this out also in our member scoop newsletter. So we might have some folks that are hopping on to watch tomorrow after the newsletter comes out and hopefully sending you some love on Insta as well. But thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure to talk with you virtually, talk with all the invisible people virtually. Hope
Right.
to be able to connect with more of you soon.
Absolutely. Well, have a great evening. And everyone, we will see you very soon. And happy holidays.
Thank you.